Good morning, traders. It's Pal Day. Will Santa come or will it be dumping, pal? We'll have to wait and find out. 2 p.m. press release coming out. And of course, the conference, 2:30. That's where the fireworks will be. We'll have to wait and see what kind of words does it give us. Will it be softish landing? Well, things like this we're going to be paying attention to. But until then, why not do a little live trading action? Let's get it started. Welcome to it. Live trading with Benzinga. Let's go. Hit the likes. Let's get it going. Let's see if we can get to 400 today. Let's go.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Those words have been dancing around my head all night. Oh, it's Vegas lore, that phrase.
What's going on, team? How we doing out there? Let's get right into the action. We'll bring on the boys here. We got Zunaid in the house. You guys can see. Stays up too late. Doesn't get his sleep. But guess what? Ain't no rest for the wicked.
I gotta fix my oops, I just got a text that I think is important. I stayed up till 2:30 just working and sending emails, and it has messed up my schedule like none other, bad.
I'm sure, my friend. And one thing we'll be looking today, will we get a bounce back? Yesterday, the leak just continued and continued. So we'll wait to see what happens there. But you guys can take a look. The SPY isn't doing much right now. It's just been going sideways. And I feel like we're going to have this kind of choppy action until 2 p.m. So that's going to be hard to trade today. I will go ahead and say that it's definitely going to be a hard trade there. We'll wait and see. We'll find out what happens today. Will we get above 403, below 401? Those are the areas that I'll be looking at. And it's tough. It's tough right now in the SPY, but we'll have to wait and find out. What do you feel can happen today?
Yeah, I mean, I'm taking a look at the E-minis on the future side of things, and I've just kind of been trading this, and I've gone since I was up yesterday. You can literally see, let me actually pull up my log. So yesterday at 206, this is why I wanted to trade the futures. So I could be a degenerate. I went short right around this area here on the futures, and then went ahead and covered when it bounced at VWAP. And then I went to bed because I was too tired to continue trading. But what I'm going to be focusing on is this level of this 40.35 that kind of held as resistance yesterday. Obviously, it poked above, but then it couldn't sustain it, and it came right back down. But if you're looking for it to continue lower, this 39.93.75 held the support yesterday. It was pretty much the previous close, I believe, or something like that. So that's kind of two things that I'm keeping an eye on. Coming back over here to the SPY, kind of a similar story, right? You had it come all the way down and close the gap. Remember, if you were hanging out with us yesterday, I said, hey, I've got a feeling that later on they're going to go ahead and close the gap on this one. I was wrong, though, if you want to go that way, because they what is this? Let me see what I missed it by. Let me see what I missed it by. I was off by 0.03%. So I was off by like 11 cents. So sorry. But they got a chance to go ahead and nicely fade this one. So today, I'm not, I don't really have a bias, to be honest. To me, it's always just going to kind of be chop and this and that, the other. So just kind of being mindful of not trying to force any trades or anything like that at all. But in terms of levels, this 399 is one to kind of focus on because it clearly held a support. If it wants to break through that and then head to the downside, then that's something that we can kind of take a look into. You've got Apple here. Similar story here in terms of the 144.50s. That's the area to keep an eye on. If we do go ahead and crack this one, you can expect a little bit more pain. The only unfortunate thing is going to be if we chop around these levels, then we are not going to be able to fully get the explosive move that we want, right? Especially because we've got news coming up later. So that's the only reason that I'm kind of like about trading today. But hopefully we do get some spectacular moves. And now here's something where yesterday we traded Tesla. I talked about the support level from 2 days ago. And once it went ahead and cracked and it couldn't hold, it just bled all the way through. Now, if we go ahead and pop this 155, or if we break this 155, we could easily go ahead and see 150s coming on down as well. Taking a look at AMD here, $71 level, easy enough. That's kind of something to focus on here. Let me go ahead and mark these right here. We'll call it about 70.70. Why not? You can see resistance, resistance, and support. I mean, it just doesn't get any clearer than that. So if this cracks, though, 70s is absolutely, well, I don't want to say absolutely, but it should come and hit. 70s should hit. It just depends on if we flush, get an opportunity to hit the entry or not. You know, there's a lot that's going on. Let's go ahead and check out NVIDIA. NVIDIA, you've got the 188. That's what we were looking at in pre-market. And would you look at that? Right there. Went up there, rejected, flushed right down. Pre-market highs doing wonders right outside. Don't really have a level that I truly care for on NVIDIA, so I'm going to leave that one alone. On Amazon, you had the 90.89 level that kind of worked out. Again, looking left, you've got resistance, resistance, couldn't even test resistance, held as support pre-market, and then it held as support yesterday's session. Again, that previous close coming in clutch. Taking a look at Google, if it goes ahead and cracks 95, I'd be interested in this one to go short. So I'm good on that one. So that's actually something that I'm going to try to keep an eye on is Google. Let me go ahead and check something else here. Microsoft. I feel like I'm just going to continue saying this like a broken record because once again, support, or excuse me, resistance, and then support right here. So if we go ahead and crack this level here about this 250, 250, go ahead and add that alert right there. I'd be interested in going short on Microsoft. And then, of course, if we do get any type of upside movement right around here, keep an eye on this 264, because if we do move to the upside on this one, you want to have a break of this. So those are kind of like the levels that I've got on Microsoft. Let's go ahead and put that up there. Right there. Let's go ahead and check out Netflix. So Netflix, this one was interesting because remember we talked about the gap that needed to be filled. And let's kind of go ahead and bring in, where's the gap? There it is. So you see the gap right there. This is a gap that we had tried to close, and now we finally did. So this gap is from the 19th and the 20th. Came all the way down, and once we went ahead and entered this zone, look just how beautiful this is. So the gap started right here, and it held as support. And then we continued to make moves to the upside, and then eventually we went ahead and filled the gap. So let me go ahead and kind of remove these. Actually, I want to keep the drawings for now. But if you're looking for an upside move on Netflix, it's going to be over 333.14. Wait for a candle close above there, and then we can try to take this to the upside. Let's check out Meta. Don't really like anything on Meta. I'm going to leave that one alone. Let's check out PayPal. 75 was the area that I was interested in to go short. I missed it. I didn't really pay attention to this stock whatsoever, so I'm actually not going to either. I'm going to take that one out. Snow, I'm keeping an eye on the 150. I want to know what happens at the 150. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of draw a cute little line right there, and we'll keep alerts just to see if we can get a chance to go short. Because if the market comes off as a little weak, then we can go ahead and take this one short, maybe get $3-4 out of it. That would be great for us. Taking a look at shop, not really interested in anything here. So let me go to the next side of this one. HTGM. Where is it trading at? Well, would you look at that? Tried to go above $1, couldn't, held as resistance, and to the downside we came. So if this one wants to go, it's got to get over $1. That's where I'd be interested in this one, is if it is able to break $1. If not, we leave it alone. We leave it be. Then I'm not going to mess with it. But of $1, though, I could be interested in this one. What you got, my man?
The truth is not much, unfortunately. The big thing on that end is that it's just going to be on the Fed, right? What happens today? I mean, regardless if you feel healthcare or maybe Apple looks good today, it's going to all change by the time 2:30 comes around. The same thing like the CPI does. And that's the hard part of dealing when I think about trading a lot of the times, is that there's the overall market, right? And then a lot of that is going to be more dependent on fiscal policy and monetary policy.
Yeah.
And then there's trading patterns themselves and kind of strategies that you can be using. But sometimes even on the best setups, it could be the best daily bullish setup. But if the market doesn't want to go in that direction, a lot of the times it isn't going to work out. And that's the hard part a lot of times of trading, especially when you're trading kind of the bigger cap stocks that have a tendency of running closer towards the market. And so they're kind of their beta is really kind of closer towards the market. The correlation is closer towards the market. And so those are the stocks that I don't expect to be moving too much, the kind of a higher price stocks. Now, cheaper stocks can move on a day like today, right? That you can get some lift. So if you are watching some cheaper names, throw them up in the chat. We'll take a look at them. I do see this RNA making a big lift right now. We'll take a look at this stock. You can see it already kind of pushed there. 1, 2, 3, pulled back, tried to do that 16 breakout. Couldn't do it. We'll see what happens on a name like this. This is a biotech company. But take a look at stocks like that are making moves today. I think these cheaper names are going to be the ones that could get some lift, especially because they can move with higher beta and kind of move away from the market, even if the market is coming down or not active today. So we'll see what happens on names like that. I know that you guys have been watching a couple of names in this space. I'm going to more rely on you guys to chat because I don't really trade a lot of these smaller names. So I do see someone bringing up VLON. I saw multiple mentions on that. This one looks like it tried to do the classic $1 run for penny stocks. A lot of times you get these runs to $1, maybe you even get a slight tick above the dollar, but that's usually where the run ends. Just to state that. This is the classic pattern that I see often, right? And so you can see it here. Look how it goes to 99 and then turns right back around. 99 turns back around. 99 turns back around. Right here, 99. And so that's the area where you're going to fight some resistance. Now, could we maybe ride this up towards that level? Yeah, not a bad move there. I mean, think about it overall. That's like a 30% move. That's how you can start understanding that these smaller penny stocks, there's a reason why people trade them, is because a lot of times the wins and losses are expansive just because of the way that the price of the stock is, right? 10-cent move in a stock like this that's at 72 cents, you're talking about just in 10 cents, that's like a 14% move, right? And so that's pretty big in a stock like this. So understand that if you are going to be trading names like this, you have to try to keep in mind your kind of risk there, right? Risk preservation first, always understanding that not going too crazy because of what the potential reward could be, always understanding what the potential risk is in the trade. All right, getting out of that, we'll see what happens to those names if they can get some lift. I saw also LGVN showing up today. We'll see what happens on those names. Oil names did get a little bit of a push here towards the open. So if you want to take a look at those names, those don't look too bad. And maybe you're looking at some of the smaller oil names, right? Like a Veru. Maybe that starts getting the move today. Or maybe like a BORR, right? Board drilling. We'll see what happens on these names. Maybe it's a rig, daily setup. Not looking too bad. Maybe this starts making a move towards 440, 460s. We'll see what happens today. Cheaper names is what I'm looking at towards the open. JNPR, I see him mentioned in the chat. Juniper keeps going. One of the things that you can clearly see on this chart is how the 50 is going quickly towards the upside. That just shows this recent trend and how strong it is. Could look for some pullbacks in a name like that. We'll see if we get some pullbacks. It's been really strong as of late. Juniper Networks. All right, DE looks good, says Bourne. Yeah, it does look good. A lot of bottoming, but could fill some of the gap, right? And if it does fill some of the gap, look for CAT to fill the gap. But if for some reason you see maybe CAT take that push to 239, 240, well, maybe look to see if DE wants to make that move to 450. We'll see if we eventually get it on Deere. XLI is another way you guys can keep watch on those industrials. We'll see if that continues to hold its push. UPS has been strong as of late. FBX has been one that I've been looking to fill in the gap. It had a big push yesterday with the CPI data, pulled back today. Going to look to see if it can come back towards 183. We'll see what happens on FedEx towards the open. These are just stocks that I'm looking at. Like always, when the open comes, we'll be reacting more than trying to get after these names too much because it's just been tough tough to see continuation moves. UAL Airlines putting out some good news today. Dow's Delta. I don't know if you guys caught that this morning. Delta giving out some good news after JetBlue's horrible guidance yesterday. They got hit. Look for maybe Delta didn't make that move back towards 35.50 into 36 today. We'll see if that can happen. 15 minutes has a nice little push there. Support underneath it towards 34, 60s, and 50s. And then we'll see if we can get into the 35 handle today. All right, that's going to be on the stocks that I'm looking at. Of course, you guys can keep throwing up some in your chat if you guys have anything. MLGO, short covering, says the Crow. We take a look at that one. And if there's any in the chat that you're seeing, if you're seeing anything there, Zunaid, we can also talk about those. MLGO, holy crap. What happened here, Crow?
Yikes.
You see this?
Yeah.
She opened yesterday at 70. Went down to $5. I don't even know what happens to these stocks, man. These charts, like, this gives me almost a headache just seeing that candle, right? And so I don't know what the hell happened there. Definitely micro algos growing or something. I don't know. I'm going to stay away from that stock. I'll tell you that much. I don't know how you do it, Crow. Checking that one out. That's crazy. VGFC, the very good food company. Doesn't look very good because it's only 7 cents. We'll see what happens on this one.
That's crazy. Yeah, no comment.
Yeah, that mover, I have no idea. It's just how it is
wild.
Sometimes.
I gotta check out Mullen. Hang on, I gotta go look at Mullen real quick.
The Mullen, HLBZ,
Still
the Helbiz.
like order.
We'll see what happens. Easy go. Yeah, it's going to be one of those days. I feel like we're going to have a little bit slower action. Healthcare still remains strong, so you guys can maybe look for that to happen. Maybe some defensive bounce back like KR. KR has been pulling back significantly lately. This could get a little bit of a bounce back. I could see it going to like 47 or something like that.
Let's see if it looks like someone should talk about Amazon. I gave my insight on it, but if you want to give yours, or all right, can you do it again? All right, so
yeah, just on Amazon, quick levels on there.
If I could type
you
the
probably
ticker.
know it more than I do right now.
Yeah, we've kind of got levels drawn in the sense of the 90, 89. This was drawn, yesterday, well before it. And you can see resistance, 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 and then an active to support. So if you're looking to go short on Amazon, I think the crack of about 90, 89 with a candle close is going to be your best bet. So keep an eye on that one. That level is what you want to pay attention to. And then above 94, you can possibly revisit 95 and 96. But in terms of to the downside, 90, 89 is what I'm kind of paying attention to. And I'm trying to see which way I want to go ahead and play the market in terms of right out the open. I'm not quite sure. The only thing I can think of is snow if we do go ahead and crack the 150s. But I've got alerts set there, so nothing really interesting there. Yeah, I'm not sure where I'm going to be at the open. Let's see, AMD. Well, there's the open. I think AMD might be one here.
Do it.
Let me actually open up my trade.
All right, there's the SPY. Quick move towards the upside. We'll see if this is a trap. It could be a push, so don't think it's always just a trap, but quick little push here out the open towards the 402.10s. We'll see what happens today. Did get into a small little swing in Apple yesterday, but I was trying to get the nice little push there towards the close. I'm going to look to see if we're going to push here in Apple. If not, I'm just going to cut it. That's a 145.32 entry yesterday. Going to look to see if we can push here. If not, just get out. Yeah, it's not doing much here. Give me a chance to see if it was going to just push out the gates. Not liking it. Just going to cut it there. It's like a 2 or 3 cent loss there. It's not much there. Just give it a chance. I wanted to see it gap up today. If it was up towards like 146, I would hold on here, but just going to let it go. Reassess here. Didn't do what we were expecting. And so not going to just stay into the trade because we were looking for a big pop. It didn't give it to us. So I'm out of that. All right. Let me go ahead and bring up my other charts here. Take a look at what's moving out there. SPY did lift there towards 402.20s. If I take a look at the sectors that are moving up right now, energy, communication services, and utilities, followed by technology. Energy leading the way. We talked about that before the open, how XOM was starting to move up there. It did do a nice little pullback right before the bell, starting to push back towards the highs. We'll see if that can continue making moves. Halliburton is also one that's on my radar in the long run. I'm looking for this to make a nice pullback towards kind of the 36.30 area, 36.20 area. But that's a bigger pullback on Halliburton. We'll see if we get it today. Slumberjay also moves with that one. All right.
I'm gonna go. I want to short Google here. Just looking to see if. Oh, okay. Looking to see if I can go ahead and get a 50-cent move to the downside. So I've got short here at what is that 95.70s. I'm gonna go ahead and cover my losses at 96.09. Just looking for a quick scalp. I may not even wait all the way till the 95.31s. If I can go ahead and get like 40 bucks out of this one, that's where I'll go ahead and close out. But if the market stays strong, let's go to the SPY. SPY's above, gone quickly red to green. The first resistance level that I see is going to be near 403.22s. Check out Microsoft. That's moving up. Netflix went ahead and held yesterday's support. That moved up. Come on down, Google. Come on down.
Stock that's pulling back to interesting level here is KYMR 32.38 support on the hourly into yesterday's range. Just pulled back really quickly. It's at 32.90s already. Just be careful. There's a little bit of a spread. It's about 20 cents there. Don't know too much about this one, so I'm not going to just jump in because I don't know KYMR. I don't know why it's up, but I'll do a little research here. Let's see if I have enough time to get towards what's going on in the stock. I'm just going to use Benzinga Pro to try to give me a little bit of insight in Kymera Therapeutics. Looks like it's surging 30% as Sanofi plans to advance drug after promising data in skin disorders. So not a bad area there. Good phase 2 clinical trial data.
All right, when I got stopped out on Google, nice little candle there to the upside. The next resistance level that I see on Google quickly would be the 96.30s if it wants to go ahead and test that. I'd be lying if I said revenge wasn't on my mind. WVE breaking 5. Yeah, it's got resistance right here. Got to get over 510. Let's see if I can be cute with it. I'll look to go short 300 shares at 96.27s.
I'll be right back.
No problem. And we couldn't get the fill. All right, I'm going to go to cancel that because the idea kind of worked with this being resistance and coming back down. Oh, would you look at that? It did get over that 510. I just don't know how much volume it has. Let's see. I got to pull up because I can't see it on my trade station like that. I got to pull it up here. All right. Yeah, it's got about a 6-cent spread. Tell you what, if it wants to come back down and test, I'll go ahead and buy 400 shares with a stop loss of about the 89s. Not going to chase it, but we'll wait for the dip. Any more options? Yeah, I mean, I'm still playing options. I think I played some yesterday on Tesla short, but nothing really that I'm liking thus far. Oh, if this wants to, we can take a quick little SPY trade here just to see. It's almost at the good entry point, but I'm going to go ahead and take. All right, I got short the I purchased the 402 puts expiring today. I got filled at 301. But if this goes ahead and breaks here to the 30 to about the 303.52s, I will be out. But you do have resistance right there too, though. Nah, I'll limit my risk. I'm going to risk about 40 to 50 bucks per contract on the SPY. Ideally, this comes back to the previous close. Let's see where VWAP is, or at least around there. Turn that off for now. All right, that's the ideal entry that you'd want. We're down about 5%. Yeah, I saw the SoFi one earlier. It was around $5 or so. A little less than that. Could be interesting for sure. Wouldn't be surprised if it reaches $5. I was hoping to see more options come in for SoFi, and then that would go ahead and get me into it. But I didn't quite see that. Main action for us is on the SPY at the moment. Simply taking the trade because you've got resistance levels right there. Check out EAPH. Sure, why not? All right. It might be a good stock to trade. Unfortunately, I don't trade stocks like that. So I wouldn't have a good read on it for you. My apologies. Come on, SPY. FFX. Yeah, looks like this one can definitely move. It's obviously got a lot more volume now. Let's see what's going on with Amazon. Let's see. I was hoping for a quicker move on this SPY, so I may actually just cut it. Actually, here's what we'll do. If SPY here, we've got a here. We'll just make it very easy. I like the risk to reward. I can easily go ahead and take an L on this in seconds, but I went short on the SPY here as well in terms of the equity. Short 100 shares. Stop loss is going to be 403.37. Looking to take gains at 302.35. So it's a quick little one-to-one trade if we go ahead and hit on that one. Oh, this could be interesting. What's SI? Looks like you've got some options coming into SI. We can try to play this one real quick and see if it goes ahead and holds the support. We'll risk about $50 and see if it can actually get all the way to, come on, get out of here. But the 1992s, so almost a 1.5 to 1 risk reward on that one, but it could easily take me out here. I'll let you guys know, as always, if I do get taken out of that. For now, focused in on the SPY. I am 0 for 1 today. I am 0 for 1, and woo, what do you know? Came up to that line on Google and then just straight rejected. Let's see if the SPY wants to come down. SPY's down a little bit here. Nothing too crazy. It looks like I did go ahead and get my limit fill on WVE. All right, we've got our stop losses set at 489. Let's go ahead and set up our targets. Oops, what's that doing? I don't know what that is. Let's not do that. Let's do this. Why is it? Now everything's messed up. Let me refresh this real quick. Oh, are you serious? Okay, so I wanted to buy 400 shares, but it looks like when it dipped, it only gave me 9 shares. What am I going to do with 9 shares?
I don't know.
Well, that kind of sucks. Okay. I'm just going to go and close that position because that's kind of annoying and stupid. Yeah, you guys can hear that, huh? Let's go to...
Nice move.
Here's SI, excuse me, the trade that we just got into. And would you look at that? Barely missed our stop loss. Thank you. And now let's kind of continue to the upside. If we can go to get that 1992 fill, that would be great. We still, obviously, let me go ahead and put that here so we can go back and forth. We are red on our SPY trade at the moment, but we're doing well on our SI trade. Matter of fact, we're up 40 bucks on it.
It's battling that 403 now.
Yeah, let me go ahead and
Moderna now to 200, man. To think that earlier in the week, man, we had this one underneath 170. That's a little frustrating.
Come on, SI.
Generac getting a big push today, team. Why? I have no idea, but
yeah, I know, Paul. Sometimes I don't like it either, but that's the only way I can focus. But I muted it though. You guys shouldn't hear it anymore.
Fortinet getting some lift there. Want to take a look at that? Intuit getting some lift there. Value name, not a bad one to keep on watch. Some solar names getting a little bit of a pullback. SEDG off the VWAP there. Meta getting a little bit of a push up. Just looking around. IMMX. I don't see too much on there. I see the resistance, maybe 250 into play.
How's it going, Jessica? It's been a minute. Good to see you hanging out with us.
Bitcoin broke 18,000 on the downside or the upside? Or is it moving up or down?
You say 8,000. People are going to freak out.
Not 18,000, but slow day. I can already tell.
And that's what we said at the start of the show, right? Is like, hey, you're not going to get much, especially because everyone is just waiting. Everyone is waiting. But we're trying to capture moves.
There is one stock I was looking at to see if it could continue a nice little lift is FedEx. That's continuing a little bit of a push there. That doesn't look too bad on the day. But there's been no pullbacks. It's just been going straight up.
Higher highs being made on the SPY on the quick 5 minutes. Obviously, it's only been 15 minutes since the open. You're okay. No worries, Nick.
Tesla's atrocious, man.
Let's check out Tesla.
That chart is atrocious.
Yeah, the first support level should be the 158.34s, but if it cracks that, 157s would be your next bet. Matter of fact, I wouldn't mind trying it. And it looks like I am going to get stopped out on SI. We were up 40 bucks, and now we're down 50 on that. Yoo-hoo! Put a limit order right there. But at least we're all making money on our SPYs. So there you can see on the equity side, we're up about $30. Let's see what our options look like. Wow, my options are because it just came back up. I was gonna say my options are dead break even. I expected a lot more movement on that. That's unfortunate.
Not much going on, team. So I'll just take a look at what you guys are watching in the chat. This is how, yeah, it's how Mondays mornings are always on FOMC days. Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah,
Hit the like.
yeah.
I'm looking for something that's moving, but I actually think we can get below 157 on Tesla. Not like maybe today, like, you know, it's just the drop overall, but next level I have is 154, and then from there 135. I think it could get down to 135. What's crazy is the analysts, they're so late. Goldman Sachs came in today and put a rating on Tesla down to 235. We're ways from 235, man. The analysts are way off on Tesla. They're like 300, 330. I mean, 330. That's more than double from where we're at now.
Yeah. I'm waiting for that 150 level to try to really play that one to the long side.
Yeah, I would like below 150 going towards 130s. But it could just be a tough year overall for Tesla next year. And I feel like that could be true. Because if we are going to go into a recession, I don't think too many people are going to be buying vehicles. And I don't think next year is the year for EVs. I don't think it's, even though, like, you know, the government's trying to focus on that move and try to build infrastructure and things like that, I don't think it's going to be the next year. It's going to take like maybe another 2 years, 3 years to really start moving in the EV space where everyone wants an EV. And it's probably going to take even more, I think, credits, because not too many people are going to be wanting to buy a $40,000 vehicle. I'll just be straight up about it. Even if it's EV or not, right? I mean, don't sign me up for that.
Not me.
I'll take my gas guzzler. I'm not worried about the environment because I'm just trying to live.
I don't necessarily have a good read on WVE. The only thing I can think of would be the levels that I gave earlier. But if it gets over this 550 level, 6 and then 626. But unfortunately, besides that, I don't really see much.
Yeah, I missed that VWAP bounce probably, 4 or 5 minutes ago. That's probably the old level that I would have gave. $5 seemed like a perfect entry, right? Slightly underneath VWAP, whole dollar, gives you an ability to risk in the pre-market resistance, which was 490. That's how I would attack WVE. It would have been near that 5, using the 490 resistance from the pre-market, and that would have given you a good risk to return. You're looking for what, a 25-cent move up. You're risking about 10 cents, 2.5 on the profit to loss ratio. And if you held it to 550 there, now you're looking at a 5-to-1. Not a bad trade. You're able to nail that. That WVE.
Here's the SPY. It gave us profits, but it didn't hit our profit target by 15 cents. We missed it. And now it's going to continue moving to the upside. So will I go 0 for 3? Yes. Am I going to blame Ryan? Yes.
Let's do that. The one that I missed earlier in the week was definitely XLV. You guys remember I went for Moderna instead of the XLV, and XLV was probably the better opportunity. We got it at the 138s. It's gone up as high as like close to 142. It's moving up right now. It's having a good day. SPY's having a good day overall, and this is what I mean by institutional washouts. A lot of the times, you're seeing this action, and I don't think too many day traders are taking too many shots today because of the slower action. So it's just tough trading, that's for sure.
Got stopped out on the SPYs. And let me see here. The SPY puts, I went ahead and closed out at 274. So I got in at 301, out at 274.
If you're looking for setups, one of the setups that I see out there is JPM. JPM setting up right now. We'll see what happens on that. Interesting little setup in JPM needs to get back above 134.50 to really get bullish. It's fighting around the VWAP 134. Thrifty says coin in a bear flag. Do you mean on the daily or on the intraday levels? Intraday levels, I see it. Not intraday, daily level, I see it.
Microsoft looking to crack the 560s to the upside.
Yeah, Microsoft. Softy, gonna get to the 260s? I've been looking at this one. This one has been doing really well since that announcement of joining up and getting that partnership with the London Stock Exchange. Really important levels above it. If we can get back into 265 handle, Microsoft doesn't look bearish for me anymore. There's the SPY continuing on the upside move. So there you see it. If you're playing towards the upside right now, it doesn't seem like too bad. One that is lagging a little bit is Apple. We'll see if we get up there through the 146. I'm not going to take this little move to the upside because I feel like it could just be brought by a wash out by the Fed. So, I mean, to each his own. If you want to take this move back up, I was looking for this yesterday, and maybe it's just a timing thing, and now the institutionals are bringing it up. But I'm not going to take part in this little rally in the SPY. I just don't trust it. It's really, really slow trading for me lately. And there's just no need to trade, I feel. And with that being said, I don't want to just give up money for no reason.
Yeah. Let's see. SPY, waiting for it to see if it's going to close below this 403, or what are we going to do? It looks like it might. Looks like we may get our entry on the Tesla short. I am like 0 for 3, so just FYI for anyone that's just joining. If you'd like to fade, you buy right here, you might go to the moon.
Is you fading? Say if you ain't fading, you ain't trading. I don't know who said that, but
come on.
Not seeing much out there.
Yeah, getting 5 hours of sleep and having a slow day is not the move.
Not the move. You heard it here first.
It is not the move. If it gets above 54, you can maybe go ahead and revisit the 55s. This hasn't been there in a minute.
Array with a little bit of a setup. If you're a solar stock fan here, this is not a bad setup at all.
Why am I trying? Dude, I hate trading views sometimes.
Array Technologies right off the VWAP here, team. Show you guys that on the right-hand side. 3-minute chart, 1-minute chart will show you. It's right off the VWAP right there. Just kind of crack there. We'll see if it gets back up towards 23 or not. Daily outlook has resistance at 23. So that's why it's such an important level to see if you get through there. Not a bad stock to keep an eye out today. Array Technology.
SPY moving on up.
Moving on up. PFE. Yeah, PFE is a good one, Daniel. It's healthcare. It's been moving up. It's my favorite sector.
All right, SI looking to come back up. I'm interested in taking this to the 20s, but I'm a little gun shy because I'd lost money on it already.
I mean, it doesn't look bad technically, at least. I don't like the stock, but I like it at least if I just thought about it technically wise, right? And that's why Zunaid's probably looking at it.
Now let's see what Bob has got. Someone mentioned in the chat. Nice little bounce off of our support area of 89.67s. If it goes ahead and cracks that, I think you can go ahead and get the 88s.
There you go, Jay. That's not a bad one to Ray. It's been decent, for sure. Baba.
I'll be right back.
Baba is looking like a short, not doing much. So yeah, it doesn't look great there. It's looking like a short. It's looking like a VWAP short. So VWAP rejection. Looks like it's just building in here. Could cut down, could come back a little bit, but not doing much right now. SPY bouncing a little bit there. Just keeping on an eye of what's going into the green. Technology doing well today. Real estate really pushing there. So real estate having a good day today. Utilities getting a lift. Healthcare getting a lift. We talked about Pfizer. There's other stocks also that you guys can keep watch to see what happens there. I'm looking at some of the cheaper names. There are a lot in biotech. So if you were looking at what's doing well with these cheaper names, well, a lot of them are in biotech. So keep that in mind. DYN doesn't look too bad here. As it's trying to push back through the 14. See if it gets up there. Definitely volatile stock on the day. Looking for a pullback towards the VWAP. That would be 1363s. I'll give you guys that one here to the right-hand side. We'll see if that one can get back up towards the 14s. This is, of course, IMMX that we talked about, and there's a couple other ones that are making some moves. This SNTI doesn't look too bad, but it's already making the move to 194. Looks like it's trying to get there towards 2. And look at the SPY just continuing to push today. This just shows me more and more. I think that the institutionals, they're just playing games with us, man. Just playing games with us. The retail traders washing out the trade yesterday. They went long into the trade on Monday towards the close, took the profits towards the open yesterday, and now going long again. Well, easy way to shake out retail. That's what I would say.
Yeah, well, if it wants to tell me what it's doing before it does it, that'd be great. There's SI talked about how it's gun
shy. You need the lunch spots. You need the lunch spots, Zunaid.
I know. I also need the money to go to those lunch spots. But talked about SI, and I was gun shy to get back in this one. As it's moving up, it's got to clear the 1974, and then it can go ahead and see $20 possibly.
What's up, fellas?
What's up? Going on, sir?
We needed some light in our lives, right? Why not bring Ryan in here?
Yeah, I'm glad you called me. I will help provide that. Sorry I'm late.
Man, the jokes I could make on that.
No,
I won't.
Ryan is my light. He's my shining armor over here.
Tell him, Mitch. You tell him.
You come in here and you save us, Ryan. You save us from this boring market, it seems like right now. But it's not even boring. SPY's going up. I don't see too much action in the overall kind of stocks here. I mean, we can go towards the leaders. Leaders are up, but they're not making big moves. I mean, Google's up 0.12. Apple, slightly up. 0.5. Microsoft, the strongest one, up about 1.4. So that one's probably your strongest leaders from the leadership. Tesla's still down. It's at VWAP right now. So if you're thinking that, that's going to get a nice little pop there, that could be something you're looking at. But other than that, I see UNH doing well, and some of the kind of value names, J&J, Visa. We've talked about that daily chart. It's starting to come back up through that 213. Not a bad stock to keep watch. But I'll let Ryan start taking a kind of look into the market. There's a lot of people calling out some smaller caps today. I feel like it's in a lot in the healthcare names, but I'm sure
RNA,
seeing some of those.
RNA is the big one. I see you got SNTI there. That's another good one. We've actually traded SNTI in the past with some pretty good results as well. RNA here today, Avidity Biosciences share. Oh, I got to share my screen, don't I? Let me go ahead and do that again. Sorry, I'm late here, folks.
This was the one that I was looking for the pullback into the 14 handle. Not too bad.
Yeah, and it's trading higher if the company announced AOC 1001 data from the preliminary assessment of the phase 1/2 Marina trial, demonstrating first ever successful targeted delivery of RNA into muscle. So what's going on, Gary? Great to see you this morning. Angelina, thank you. Good morning. Good morning to you as well. Good morning to everybody out there. Daniel, Raj, Crow, Jay, everyone in the chat. I can't possibly name you all.
One of the best stocks that I gave yesterday for good outlook was Merck. Merck was off the support yesterday, and that was down here, right? On the 13th, we were down here towards 109.50s. And Moderna was doing really well with the news that came out from Merck and Moderna. Well, I thought that Merck would catch the lift. catch the buy the dippers, and that's exactly what's going on. Merck going back to daily highs. We talked about this yesterday. Would we get right back towards the daily high? Well, there you see it, right through the daily highs. Healthcare, strongest sector, and definitely my top sector to watch, even going into next year. That's going to be the area that I'll be looking to have a really great year, is healthcare.
Healthcare and industrials is what I have pegged for next year at the moment. We'll see if that holds up, but that's kind of what I'm looking at. I haven't actually positioned myself in anything for next year. I'll update the group as I do that, but as of right now, I haven't done that. RNA, the spot here looks to be 16.19. That's going to be your pre-market high. It's worth noting that we sold off right out of the open here, but we held the lows from the pre-market that we had held before. So still looking pretty good here. I'd actually love to see this bust above on volume. I am encouraged to see this volume expand a little bit. That leads me to believe that we can probably pop above this 16.18. I actually have the line marked at 16.18, but the high print was 16.19. Here we go. Looks like 16 on deck here, RNA.
SoFi looking to creep closer and closer to $5. And now I'm seeing some calls come in. Who mentioned in the chat just now? Daniel. For SoFi, you've got the $5 calls coming in on the ask. Nothing too crazy, just about $20,000 or so.
Are you so fly? It's pushing 480s. We'll see if it gets to 5.
RNA, we're still waiting on this. SNTI seems to be the stock du jour here. Giving us a real great formation here as well. Again, I was tied up here. I didn't trade anything yet this morning, but nice little formation here. I probably would have missed this first spike, but the pullback, giving people an opportunity to enter, and then a bust right through and a nice move up. Excellent formation here on SNTI. This is what I basically try to capture every day on some of these small caps. So congrats to anyone that hit this. Crow's looking at VLON. That's got to be a penny stock, right? Yeah, it's 50-some cents. Lensley Winter, good morning. Good morning. I see why you were interested in VLON, though. Looks like we were went up and printed $1, maybe just 99 cents. Now it looks like we're trying to hold the lows here from the pre-market and curl. I don't know, though. Good luck with this one, Crow. Keep us posted on it. You guys okay?
Yeah, I'm just taking it's been a atrocious day. But you've got W. Well, I mean, nothing in terms of that. I just my sleep schedule is completely disgusting.
Mine too. I haven't been sleeping well.
Yeah. Here's Wave Life Sciences, though. You've got a nice pop above. Now it's got the highs. Next level for did it halt up? Let's see if it halted up.
SoFi really the same formation as SNTI for the most part. This formation is just money in the bank, as you can see. Money in the bank. Where did this back test to? Oh, man, that was almost perfect to those peaks. That would have been a great entry right there. Man, SoFi.
But there's Wave Life Sciences, though. Pops to the highs around 580s. $6 is where you can expect a little bit of resistance. But obviously, if you're in this one from the $5 that we called out, unfortunately, I tried to get 400 shares and it only gave me 9. So I wasn't doing that. Daniel, you grabbed 85 contracts, you said? Well, if you would have grabbed maybe like 300, you would have showed up on the scanner, man.
85 is still a lot of contracts for you.
I don't want to find love. I want to find sleep. So I'm going to delete that comment.
Thank you. Thank you.
Love. I'm so tired of trying.
Microsoft looking to make highs. If it breaks over a 261, I'd be a happy camper.
I'm all out of love.
I got to sneeze.
So CJJD added again, huh, Jay Wild? I get a kick out of the stock name, China Jojo Drugstores. Rather entertaining name there, honestly.
Definitely.
The interesting part here is that we actually might have a bust above this 712 area. Now, the last time that we were above it, we went as high as 792. So pretty good range there, but I'd be wary of a pullback here. Just have your plan for each direction if we end up breaking this high. 709 too might be a better spot there. You might be able to front run that a little bit. No, not play it. Oh, Jay, yeah, I'd be nervous to play it too. Zunaid, do you think the sleep cycle is affecting your trading?
For sure. And I think it doesn't help that it's Wednesday. We're waiting for information around 2:30, right? So it's like the market is slow. I'm slow. And it just doesn't help whatsoever.
Yeah, I'm the same way. So sleep is big for me, and my ability to actually like execute on when I'm trading. So like right now, I just don't really feel great every day. I don't want to attribute the SOXS trade to that, but maybe that did kind of factor into it. So I'm the same way, man. I dial it back. I try not to compound my problems. I'm with you on that.
Yeah, amen to that.
And I'm also with you on waiting. I mean, I don't know that we're like these big names that you guys trade most of the days, like the NVIDIAs, the Amazons and stuff like that. As I say that, Amazon bounces from 92.5 to 93.5. But I generally speaking, I mean, I'd be waiting for the minutes or for the decision and all that to come out today.
Yeah.
Before I would trade any of those things, I'd be focused on the small caps.
Yeah. No, this is why we needed you, man.
Yep. Sorry.
We needed you.
I said small caps. I just don't know how to trade those.
Yeah. Like Mitch went through some levels and I was like, what are you doing? And I went through some levels and he's like, what are you doing? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So we both couldn't
folks down.
We both couldn't figure it out. It's okay. That's fine. I only have Xfinity and a bunch of other bills to pay. No worries.
Xfinity. I'm mad at them, by the way.
Why?
They instituted a data limit in my area. I guess it's area specific. So I have a monthly data limit, and if you go over it, they charge you an arm and a leg. And of course, I go over it. I work from home. I stream television shows. I play video games. Of course, I go over that. I'm being targeted.
Yeah.
I tell you what. I'll tell you what. I'll say this. I hope there is somebody working for Xfinity out there. If there was a way today that I could cancel your dog shit service and get a competitor, I would. Just saying. You guys
is it no Google Fiber yet?
They don't have anyone else. Yeah.
No.
No, you only got that option. Comcast or slow internet. Comcast or slow internet. I know how that goes.
Yep.
Yeah. I tried to look into fiber for the past 2-3 years. Still couldn't get it.
Yeah, I could get Google Fiber. I should maybe try it out. I have Spectrum right now.
Yeah, I would definitely would if I could. Matter of fact,
IMMX. Who's on IMMX? Is that a Crow? Is that Crow on IMMX?
That's the Crow. Yeah. You know the Crow.
Crow, interesting thing here on IMX, 250 clearly stopping it, right? Stopped it in the pre-market, stopped it in the regular session here today. You've had some pretty good luck with some of those curls. Let me get my charts up here so it's easier to visualize. You've had some better luck with some of those curls. So honestly, that's kind of how I would try to trade this. I would have said that there's maybe a potential bounce spot here around this 215 level. We'll see if that holds up here. But as soon as this actually kind of curls, let's see what we got here for VWAP. We're right beneath the VWAP. I would say as soon as this curls here, you can might be able to take a stab at this. I would just have your plan in place in case this doesn't work, because we were rejected twice at 250. If you play it on any type of curl, maybe you can scale out, lock in some of the gains prior to getting 250, and then keep yourself in case we do actually pop and move above that. That would be how I try to trade this one.
You've got, let me see here. Yep, the SPY looking to move that 405, 404.50, then obviously the 405. I'm hoping we get 405s. As Microsoft is looking to move up as well.
Yeah, Mike, I can cancel at any time. Canceling is not the problem. I need high-speed internet for pretty much everything that I do, since I work from home, and all my entertainment here at home is internet-based. I mean, I do have cable TV, but anytime you want to stream from an app or anything like that, you use data. So,
yeah, I just checked. Google Fiber is not available.
I should check. I should do that a little bit later today.
Yeah,
if you find out that it's available while you're on the show, that would be incredible.
Okay, I'll check right now. Where do you have a link for me that you
Sure
just
can.
plug in a zip code?
Literally just
Right
Google
there.
Fiber.
Just fiber.google.com.
I know I could get it, but the big thing there is it was more expensive for the same speed. So I was like, I don't know if it's worth it.
Really? Interesting.
It was more expensive than at least Spectrum for sure. And in the end,
Not available.
Not available.
A lot of these come from the same landline, right? Like it's the same way that the internet's created there. I don't know. There's going to be too much better that you're going to get unless you're in a brand new community.
What's your gig up,
that
gig
actually, like one upload is like 20 something, 50.
Okay, so that's the difference, right? I think with Google Fiber, your upload is 1 gig.
Sam asking if I have
Depends.
Starlink.
I'll tell you that, Zunaid. Depends if you have actual fiber or not.
I don't know if I have Starlink. My guess would be that I definitely do not, seeing as I am in a highly populated area that has broadband access via other channels.
Yeah, people don't understand really a lot of how Starlink works there. Can you explain that a little bit?
They're trying to hit the rural areas first that don't have internet coverage, right, Mitch?
Exactly. You cannot get it if you're in a busy area.
Yeah, there's no
The
way.
reason why is because
RNA, guys,
Comcast would go crazy.
RNA, we call this one. So here, I'm sorry I was late. Glad we were able to come back though. RNA, this 618 here, this was a clear level. We actually kind of tested, we held up here, but we were really kind of just holding, not really coming back, really kind of just holding this area, making another run here at this 619. Snapped that on the biggest volume stick of the day. I mean, this is textbook. This is absolutely textbook. So RNA, keep moving. This thing, I wouldn't be surprised if we test 17 here, honestly. RNA, quick pop there through 16. You got it, Rippin. Oh, Dan's back. Dan's fired up. Dan, we got to have you on the show sometime, man.
Yeah, I liked it on the 1 hour pullback, right? Just looking at that, that's what seemed to make sense for me. But it's not a bad little move there through 16. Good little push out. We'll see if it continues.
And sorry to interrupt there, Mitch. SNTI does look like it's curling here, or started to. I got the. Let's take a look here. Come on, let's pull it up here. SNTI. Okay, so I have the VWAP here at just about to 198. 198.
Fair pushing.
It looks like we went right to VWAP. We're trying to curl off this 220, going to be where it stopped. So I would say if you take this trade here, probably make your stop about 195, 194, and then play for that 220 break as a possible.
All you short squeezes to the moon. Carvana moving up today, guys. The trash is moving.
Do we know what the news on it is, or is it just?
I think this is just short squeezing, man. It's just a little short squeeze. Everyone's been trying to play it. Everyone's been like putting into their Reddit everything, Carvana's going to go to the moon, squeeze like AMC. So,
well, it held to $5, so that's interesting to see.
I saw also Wayfair moving in the last. And how am I doing this, right? How am I catching stocks that are moving right now? Very simple. All I did was just go to my movers scanner, go to my intraday scanner, and I changed it up. I said, you know what? I'm not going to look at the day session. I just want to see what's moving in the last 30 minutes. That's going to help me, right? I don't need to stress about what isn't moving. I'm looking for what is. RNA is leading that. WVE behind that. Then you got Carvana. Then you got a couple of other names, some smaller names. There's this HROW. This one doesn't look too bad. Haro Health, making a lot of movement there. There's a couple of smaller names also, but stocks that stand out to me. Wayfair stands out to me here. Ambarella up decently. Billy. Upwork getting the lift today. So it looks like those junk stocks getting a little bit of a push, right? These are stocks that are beaten down. Nice little lift there. And Upwork. You can see it getting a nice little push there. So not a bad move.
Every time you do that Billy, you remind me of Caddyshack when Smales pulls out the putter.
Billy.
That's just how it goes.
I don't know. I love the vibe.
Berlin saying, Ryan, I love how excited you get when these trades hit. Berlin, I'll say this. In my experience, and although, limited, just under a decade here. What I will say is that when you have a plan, when you identify things, and then that plan materializes, and like what you were seeing ahead of time actually happens, that gets me excited. That's one of the reasons why I like this job so much. There is no like one right way, right? There's no chart formation that's always going to pan out. By the way, SNTI breaking down huge right here. So this is one of the things that we were worried about. SNTI knifing here. We'll wait for another setup on SNTI. But in any case, when you have a plan and things go to plan, that is exciting. That's really exciting. And as far as RNA here, just kind of late, started going through the list. One of the first ones that I saw here, saw the level just clear as day, jumping off the chart, and then right away we got it. Yeah, that'll get me excited. I'm like a little kid in that regard.
I love it.
Don't lose it, my friend. Don't lose it. All right. Looks like it's going to be a nice World Cup type of day. We'll see what happens.
France and Morocco.
Yeah, France and Morocco at 2 p.m. Man, did you guys see how this guy from England, Kane, ruined their chances? Missed that second penalty kick.
Yeah, I saw that.
Oh, come on. Stop it. He made the first one.
I mean, bro,
Let's
tell you right now.
Let's
you
not
don't
blame
miss
just
penalty
the out.
kicks.
Stop it.
You don't miss penalty kicks, bro.
All the greatest players have missed penalty kicks.
Have you seen Messi miss one this season?
Yes.
This cup?
Not this year. He hasn't.
He hasn't missed one? Hold on.
Not this year. He's missed plenty in his career, but not this year. That's what Mitch is
I'm telling
asking.
you, man, penalties are, it's like a free throw, bro. You're supposed to make it. At least it's supposed to.
The goalie making a save on penalties is like the outlier. That's like the rare case.
It's when usually when the player screws it up, it's not that the goalie blocked it. It's usually that they missed the whole freaking net. You can't miss the net. You got to put some pepper in it. I do agree with putting the pepper into the penalties. I don't like those little like kind of tricky step type of ones that Neymar takes. I like just blasting into the top right corner, top left corner. And as a professional, I mean, you should be able to blast into the top right corner or top left corner.
Did you see Messi's penalty, by the way? He missed it against Poland.
Against Poland?
Yeah. He just kind of threw it right down the center. I'll tell you though,
right down the middle.
Wojtek Szczesny, the Polish goaltender, he had an amazing World Cup.
Did you see
his? He made incredible saves.
Did you see his yesterday? Top right corner. Not a thing you could do about that. Even if you knew it was going in that corner, you ain't gonna block that.
Real quick, I want to address this here. Gary J is saying, anyone else see that interview where the money manager pretended he couldn't hear the question about what Upstart actually is? Lol, hilarious. So yes, I have seen this. This was an interview on CNBC. I'm not gonna.
I can't hear it.
I'm not gonna mention the trader's name. Here's the thing. Here's what I didn't like about that. First of all, just be honest. I mean, just be honest. There is no shame in saying that you're trading something that you don't really know what it does. Like, how many of these day trades here that we take do we actually really know specifically what the company does? Like, our RNA is a perfect example here. Great little setup. Boy, by the way, this thing has moved over a whole $1 now. On this trade, so awesome stuff. But RNA, who actually who knows specifically what Avidity Biosciences does? I don't. I'll still trade it. You can still make money off of that. But when you get asked a question about it, just be honest. Don't try to play it off. That is the part to me that I really don't like. There's no shame in saying you don't know what something does. If you're invested in something long term and you don't really know what they do, that's a little bit different. But for a trade here, even a swing trade, I mean, I don't get it. I don't get it.
Yeah, it's just understand where your levels of expertise lies and also what style of trader you really are, right? If it's just momentum, then just state it. I don't care about what the company does. I'm just looking at the technicals.
For some trade plans, Mitch, for some types of trading, you don't need that information. If I'm going to scalp a stock, I don't need that information. If I'm going to trade a swing trade, for just a couple of days and I'm doing it on momentum and chart technicals, I mean, I probably should know generally what that does. RNA, monster move here. This went to 1880 on RNA. So, guys, you said you needed some help with a small cap play. I come in here and I deliver a $2 runner here.
That's
See?
just, I mean,
There
this
you
is
go.
why we need you to quit your customer relations and all that other stuff that you do, because you do like 97 different things for Benzinga and just focus on trading.
98.
930,
98. Don't get
98.
It
Oh, did
Nope.
one of them get?
Nope. It is 97.
99.
Let me tell you, it's 97 because I was so happy that Zunaid chose 97 because when I exaggerate, I often use 97 as my exaggeration number. I don't know what it is about 97. I just like it. My dad,
These
rest his soul, my
lovebirds over
dad
here.
used to do the same thing when I was a kid, except his number was 82. So the fact that you chose that, Zunaid,
So
that makes me smile.
I'm playing the
You're
lotto
welcome.
and I'm playing 82 and 97.
97. There we go.
Put it on blackjack. Put it all on black.
Yeah, Gary, this is it. I'm in the same boat you are, man. Definitely agree, Ryan. It would have been better to just say, I don't know, but it's making money. You're in this job to make money, right? I mean, what's wrong? What's wrong with saying that? I don't get it.
This is what happens when people try to, you can't act like you understand a stock, and then when they try to ask you a question, not know what it is about,
that's the
right?
thing.
Like
Yeah.
if I was coming on a media to talk about, let's say even your RNA, I'll tell you right now, I'll know damn sure what the hell the company does by the time I get on the media.
And Mitch, this is exactly it. If you're being called in as an expert, yeah, you're going to have to know something. If you're being called in as a trader and you're talking about things that you're trading, you don't have to be an expert on everything.
Stick to there.
For heaven's sake, be honest about it. Beyond that, that's all. I think that's all Jerry is saying. If I recall correctly, when this happened, when Twitter exploded, I'm willing to bet that had he have just been honest, the reaction would have been entirely different. He wouldn't have had to post a follow-up video of him burning out in his Lamborghini down his street in order to get the haters riled up, right? It would have just kind of blown over. Anyway.
Just say I'm purely a technical trader. If that's what you are, if that's what you know, say I don't even know what a P&E ratio is. What is that?
A P&E ratio. Oh, that's funny. Wissing, you looking at WVE here. Another great chart here. So wasn't on this one. Grats on this one, Wissing. I think you've actually talked about this several times already today, just since I've been here. This formation also, when we get this, man, this is some lucky stuff, right? Because these are the types of moves that give you multiple stabs at the stock in the day, right? And you can effectively time all of this with the volume candles. In this case, some of these pullbacks to VWAP actually look pretty good. But even if we turn VWAP off, even if we don't look at that and we just look at the price action and the key level breaking and then volume, you'll see that every time this stock goes to take another leg up through a key level, the volume matches it. This is what we should be watching as traders. It doesn't matter. A lot of these other things don't matter. If the volume is there, and the momentum is there, it's going to move right through that. Wissing, this is a great chart. This would have been another one here today. I'm glad we're actually able to find things prior to this Fed print.
I'm going to try to be cute here as one of my last trades of the day, if you will, and it's going to be on Tesla, looking to go short Tesla. So I went ahead and purchased 2 contracts of the 157.50 puts expiring this week. I got filled at 449. So put in about $900 on the trade. I'm wanting for it to test the previous close. If it goes ahead and cracks above 159, I will say bye-bye. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if Morocco can continue the Cinderella story or not.
Highly doubt it.
Have they allowed a goal yet?
No, the own goal was the only goal.
Yep. They're winning it with defense. I'll say this. My gut tells me that France is going to have their number today because France is just so strong. Yeah. But if they're able to hold off France with quality defense,
don't say it. Don't say it. Are you going to say they're going to beat Argentina?
No, I'm
Oh, thank
saying that
God.
no. I think each event is independent, and a lot can happen in between there. What I will say though is that if the Moroccan defense is able to hold off France enough to get a win today, I do think that there is a chance in the World Cup final against Argentina. Yes, I'm not going to go so far as to pick that, but yeah, there's a chance. I mean, the way I see it right
Absolutely.
now is that one of these superpower offenses is just going to overwhelm them. I wouldn't be surprised if that happened today. And to be honest, Zunaid, even if they win today, Argentina could easily do that to them on Saturday as well. It's just such a potent offense. But we'll see how they play today. That's why they play the game.
I'm going to lean that it's France, Argentina. Sounds like a better finale to me. That's what I'm going to hope for. But
Yeah.
we'll end up seeing what happens. All right.
You'll be in Arbor. Sorry, someone's gonna be in Africa when they win. That's pretty cool for Morocco. But yeah, I'm short spot. I mean, I'm short Tesla. But what you got, Mitch?
No, nothing. No, just kind of doing a little bit of a wrap up time. It's almost 10:30. We can just talk about other stocks and making moves.
Yes.
It's going to be a slow day.
It's going to be a slow day until the Fed. Andy, JJ, Ryan, is there a discount for signing up for Benzinga Pro? Yes, I'm sure that there is. If you send me an email, and I'll go ahead and throw my email here in the chat, I will hook you up with an onboarding specialist and tell them to find you the best possible deal. Let me go ahead and give you my email. Just go ahead and send me an email, and I will warm intro you to someone else on my team that has all of the deals for all of the different packages and services that we offer. Absolutely. We can help. Becca, good to see you this morning. How's rent doing? Is this rent a runway? Up another 9%.
Rent the runway. We gotta rent our clothes now. What are we doing, guys? We don't buy our clothes anymore. We rent our clothes.
No, this is not a comment on the business itself. We're just talking about the stock here. Renting clothes. I mean,
it's working. Ryan, it's working. I mean, looks like we ain't buying clothes no more. We renting them.
I've never rented a piece of clothing in my life. I can tell you right now that I will
see
not.
If I have.
I guess you know what? That's not true. I think I've rented a tuxedo before. Shame
exactly. There you go. That's why they get you, man. Me. For weddings.
Shame on me.
There's rent getting a nice little lift, and this has continued. It was all on their earnings, right? I feel like that's why it started moving.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it started getting going, and I mean, who knows? It's made a nice run. Where does it stop? Does it fill the gap maybe? Up there towards 377. That's the one thing I could clearly see it maybe stopping around, but it's been a big run in the runway.
I'm going to go ahead and grab one more contract on the Tesla short. Got filled at 444. Average price is now 448.
See, we
short.
We don't live this life, so we got to understand this. Becca knows. Can't afford that $350 dress? Rent it for $40.
If that's truly how inexpensive it is in terms of percentage of owning the gown or the dress or whatever, that's solid. Because I've always been under the impression that it's 50% of it, which at that point is might as well.
Yeah, you might as well buy it, right? Yeah, exactly. That's pure good look into the business, right? And that's looking into if it really does have a competitive advantage. What is their margins on these dresses or whatever is available to you? And then looking into that, right? I think that's not a bad outlook there that you're talking about, Zunaid. Is it 50% or is it closer towards what we just saw? Kind of it was 350 for 40. I mean, you're not talking much. You're talking maybe 20% there or less. That's not bad.
Yeah.
Yes, it really comes down to, by the way, RNA, just absolute monster move here through that 16-18 break. Had that flagged. The volume is cooperating. It's doing everything we want to see here. Just an absolute monster here, RNA. Congrats to anyone that took this. As far as the renting goes, it really comes down to how many times are you going to wear it, right? If you have a one-time event and you need something very special for that event, I think it makes sense to rent it. But if you're going to wear this something over and over to multiple events, why would you rent it?
Believe it or not, Ryan, there's people that wear things only once.
I believe that. I'm not naive
not the
enough.
common
I mean,
folk,
I'm
though.
not that. I wear
Not
my
common,
shorts
not
out.
common, folk. I agree.
Real
I
quick,
agree.
Tesla short. I went ahead and closed the position that I purchased at 444. I closed it at
Boom!
475. The contracts are now up about 10%, going for about 495 on the bid. As you can see, Tesla making new lows. I'm going to go ahead and sell one more contract here. I had 3. Now I sold
man.
1. Now I've got one more sold. One more at 495. And then we go ahead and get filled on our lower day break as well. So Tesla to the downside.
Tesla almost making new lows. And you know what we say, when you're making new lows, you gotta go. Tesla going down, 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 down.
I was going to let you keep rocking. I was going to let you keep cooking.
I was waiting for you to jump in, bro.
Oh,
I know,
no.
I know you got those tunes.
We want the viewers to stay. Looks like Tesla's continuing its movement to the downside. I'm personally, I'm just going to get rid of it. Hold on. Let me close this position. All right. I went ahead and took my final piece out at 506 on Tesla. So I am out. And simply the reason I wanted to get in this trade is because it was relatively weak, right? So you can see the SPY is up 0.5%. And you had Tesla at the time down about 1.5%. So it was relatively weak to the market. And you had this nice little trend line break, retested it, couldn't hold. That's when I added, and then you get the flush to the downside.
All right. I'm kind of bored. I've been sitting around here. So I'm going short JPM. Short on JPM here. 134s.
W asking me, Ryan, thoughts on RNA to re-break 20. So I would imagine one of the things that I'd like to see. So what you're asking, let me throw my charts up here real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Mitch, I'll go right back to you.
You're good. Take it.
Question answered. So one of the things that we're doing, right, is we talk about this all the time. The stock moves up on momentum and makes a high and then comes back from that high. So we have the first part of this process done, right? The trade here from 1618 to 1996 or anywhere in there, that trade's over. At this point, we got more than a $3 move. The stock's up 74%. At this point, just out of prudence, you got to take at least some gains. However, what we're looking at here is now a re-break of this 20. I marked this line at 1996. Let's call it 20. I'll go ahead and adjust this so my CDO doesn't go nuts. And now what we're looking for is this curl. So what I want to see here is I want to see this curl back towards 20, but I also want to see that with the corresponding volume. Great that we're curling right now. But the volume here might not be enough to take us through this resistance level. So back to your question, thoughts on the break of 20? Well, if the stock can hold up here, maybe consolidate a little bit and get a good volume push through this level, sure, it's possible. But we don't know that that's going to happen yet. And the stock could very easily break down. You're actually seeing that battle happen right now on RNA. And if you look at the level 2 here, it looks actually fairly even. Here we go. Now we're curling back up. So a lot depends on this, right? A lot depends on this. The other thing is we have a huge move now. So if we break 20, it's absolutely reasonable to assume that we're not going to move 3 points like we did the last time we broke a key level. So factor that in as well. We've already had a huge move. Let's wait for the confirmation here. I'm seeing Raj saying RNA had 7 million short shares. So if we take a look, so here's one of the things about this being squeezy. Great call here, Raj. Basically, all I did in Benzinga Pro was I clicked on my short interest tab of details. You can see that as of the 10th of December, stock had 15.4% of its float shorted. Okay, so what did you say? 7 million shares short? You were right on the money. You were off by 20,000 shares, Raj. That's right on the money. And what's even more interesting than that, 11.6 days to cover. Now, this days to cover is actually coming down. Looks like back earlier this year, we were up at 16. Wow. So days to cover here, the higher the value here, the more, I don't want to say likely, but the higher potential of a squeeze effect as the price keeps going up. I actually didn't even take a look at this because I was late today. Great job shouting this out, Raj. Awesome stuff. Keep your eye on RNA here. Just have a plan. Remember, we're extended. We're up 81% now, almost more than that. Here we are at 20. There we go, right through 20. Just Have a plan in case it doesn't work. This stock, what a monster. What a monster.
All right, looks like Tesla's gone above the risk. So I'm glad we went ahead and sold out. This is why you want to close your positions and lock in gains. And I'm glad we did because the contracts that we sold at 506 are now going for about 875 on the bid. As Tesla has popped above the 157.
Oh, man.
Oh, I'm tired. Good God. Oh.
It is so slow. So slow. It's one of those days. It's like, come on. I mean, what do the people on the floor do on days like today? Just like,
I do not know.
just look around kind of thing, you know?
Where is it? Yeah, it's right there.
SPY starting to come down. It looks like we're topping off the 404. I would like to see that recover on a 5-minute. If not, you could start coming right back down to the VWAP on the SPY. Does it mean it's coming right back down to the lows? No, but we could be just doing a pullback to the VWAP. Last time we touched VWAP was at 950. So you could touch it again, maybe bounce again. We'll wait and see.
Twinkle, that's awesome. We appreciate you watching us as you're getting your health on. If I had a standing desk, which I guess I could order one, but I don't know where I'd put it. But I'd get that little mini walking treadmill, whatever nonsense underneath it.
Yeah, the treadmill underneath and just kind of walk and talk.
You know what? I do have a standing desk, and I've played around with that.
Yeah,
the sit stand desk. You can change it. I'm sitting right now.
Right.
I thought about that, but I mean, I feel like it would just be too much going on at once.
That's what I'm afraid of. Is like I can't focus because I'm just. But I'm hoping that it becomes second nature. You know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure if you have it at like walk speed, it's kind of just like walk and talk, and that's not too bad, right? I mean,
yeah.
But running, I mean, I ain't gonna be like running and trying to take a trade.
And trading. I'm talking about just,
I'm long IFX.
I'm long-winded is what I would be at that point.
Well done, Zunaid. IMX, to me, so great job on the curl here. Didn't we talk about this potentially curling? I think that we did, right? Because the line here is that's 250. Yep, 250. This is your spot. So if we're curling here, might be actually better to play this curl rather than the break. But this would be an intraday triple top if we can get back up to 250 there.
Hey, I don't rent my Santa Claus hat, Sydney. I don't rent it.
Are you sure?
Sydney.
Come on.
Oh, that's funny.
You got to have a Santa Claus hat. If you don't got a Santa Claus hat, I mean, come on. Do you even celebrate Christmas?
I don't have a Santa Claus hat. You should send me one. You should send me one.
We're going to have to. We need some BZ ones. What?
Yeah. Yeah, a little BZ logo right
there.
That would be lit.
Right there.
That would be lit.
Yeah. I was even thinking about like we needed some Hanukkah specials, right? When's Hanukkah? Come on.
Got to make that happen.
We need some Hanukkah specials out there. Surprised we don't got no Hanukkah specials.
I want to try a.
Are we doing like the 12 days of Christmas thing? Come on, Ryan, get on that.
What's the 12 days of Christmas thing? I mean, I know
like a lot of brands, will do like discounts for 12 days leading up to, of course, sometimes the 25th or the first 12 days of December. They give you special deals every single day, and it goes accordingly, right? Usually the best deal is the last one, but things like that, Like they work. Trust me. I've been keeping up with a lot of companies that have those 12 days deals. So
okay, I'm not familiar with that. You did just kind of remind me. I'm checking now to see if there's anything on sale on the Lululemon website because they don't advertise their sales. That's hilarious. They don't advertise their sales. You just have to go look, and sometimes the price is cut in half.
I did not know you're a Lulu guy.
I just got my first 2 pairs of pants, and they are spectacular.
Wow. Lulu. Okay, I like that. That's awesome.
Lulu.
Yeah, see, they only have the...
You got to get the discounts, right? You took You took advantage of that good discount, right? I'm sure.
Yeah,
No
he paid full pop. That's how he balls.
Too much for me.
Brian balls out.
Oh man, oh darn it.
What's happening?
They have a pair that I am interested in the color that I already have. Damn. Damn. And it's like $50 off. Okay. Enough doing that. Nothing for me. Okay. So real quick, Becca, this is a great idea. Did you 8-ball the Santa rally yet? No. How did we not consult the 8-ball regarding the Santa rally? Ryan, you have made it to the "we made too much" section. I don't know, Becca. I'm really only buying them on sale. My Lulu story is crazy. I actually got a gift card from them to make up for the ridiculously poor customer support that I got. But anyway, let's forget all of that. Let's go ahead and ask the 8-ball if we are going to get this Santa Claus rally here. So let me go ahead and get the solo layout. So here we go. We are going to ask Mr. 8-ball. God, I can't even do this. Will we get a Santa rally this year? Let's see what we get here. Oh, so my new camera, I can actually tilt it.
Ooh, that's going to help for sure. This probably reads it a lot better too.
Cannot something.
Yeah, let me see. Ah, okay, I see what it says. It says cannot predict now.
Ooh, we see that nice and clear.
So,
okay.
Yeah, see, and it wasn't that higher quality. Oh, look at this.
That was.
Pointing right at my stomach. That's no good. All right. So, Becca, a first attempt here. Got to get used to this new camera. Oh, I did that with the full screen on. Boy, I'm sorry. Becca, first attempt here. It doesn't know yet, but do me a favor and remind me.
It's too early. It's too early.
Yeah,
That's what it is.
We will ask that again. We will ask that question again. That's a really good one. And I feel like eventually we ought to get an answer out of that.
All right. So do you guys want to know maybe what's my favorite Christmas song?
Enlighten us.
Even this is the comment of the day here. Jonathan, you're the best, man. Even the 8-ball is limited by the Fed.
That's
right,
that's exactly what it is.
Round of applause for Jonathan there. That is awesome.
I mean, they know. They know,
that
right?
Is awesome.
Well, the SPY recovering here, coming towards the high. It looks like yesterday, remember, we got a slow leak down. Well, we're getting a slow run up. And I mean, this goes to show you that, to me, this could be institutional action. Because a lot of times, the way that the institutionals work, right, they can't put in their order all at once. They need to build positions. And so it looks to me more like it was a sell-off yesterday. They took some profits and they jumped into the market today. Will they sell it off towards the Fed? That's one thing to keep in mind. We'll see what happens. Of course, 2 p.m., you get the press release, 2:30 press conference. Remember, Jerome Powell reads strictly from that press release first, and then he goes into asking questions in the Q&A, right, and answering those questions. So if you want to know what he's going to talk about first, read that press release. A lot of people don't even take their chance on reading that press release.
All right, I'm going to head out here, but I just want to give a quick little trade that I've already got ready to go in terms of the minis. So you've got, I'm going to look to go short on 40, 49, 50s. And I'm going to look at my stop loss. Actually, I'm going to move the stop loss up just a couple of points. And my stop loss is going to be 40, 55, 50s. And I'm going to look to take gains at around 40, 39, 50. So just hoping for that 40, 50 rejection and for it to come on down. And of course, I am still short on, oops. There we go. Still short Tesla at break even now. And that's just a trade game plan that I have. And what's tomorrow? Do we have? Yeah, we do. Tomorrow's Thursday. And we'll see you tomorrow. All right, we'll see you tomorrow.
All right. So I'll go ahead and I'll put my little favorite Christmas song here as Zunaid gets out of here.
So you asked what our favorite Christmas song is, right? Do you want an answer?
Yeah.
Or you just want to play this video?
I'm going to play this one and then you'll ask yours, Ryan.
Okay.
We can play it also. This is the classic. Let's see who knows what this one is just from the house. Let's see if anybody can guess it from the house. What house is that?
It says it in the top corner.
Ryan, don't. Some people aren't that smart. I know they weren't thinking about it.
Don't assume that our viewership is not smart. Don't do that to our viewership, Mitch. They are all aware. They can see it.
Well, I didn't know it was there, so. Maybe I should have assumed that on myself. There's the chat. They know it. They know it. The Home Alone version of White Christmas. Dum, dum, I'm dreaming of a white Christmas.
just like the ones I used to know. Where those treetops listen and listen. Sleigh bells in the snow, the snow, the night.
Classic there. Can't
My
go wrong with
favorite-
that one.
My favorite Christmas song has got to be Carol of the Bells because you can do so much with it. Trans-Siberian Orchestra does a great job with it. My single favorite rendition of Christmas songs is probably a tie between Mannheim Steamrollers' version of Deck the Halls and Mannheim Steamrollers' version of Good King Wenceslas. Both come off the same album. The gold one, the gold and black one with the train under the Christmas tree on the cover. Those would be my two favorite, I would say. But Carol of the Bells, just because you can dress it up in a bunch of different ways. Trans-Siberian Orchestra does an unbelievable job.
Definitely, I agree with that. And shout out in the chat there, Jonathan bringing in the fun fact that Kevin's dad in the movie was implied to be a day trader. Interesting.
So I didn't realize there was a book for Home Alone. Should probably look into that. I was actually just wondering this the other day. I saw someone tweet regarding Home Alone saying, what does Kevin's dad do to have this unbelievable house and take him to Paris and all these crazy vacations? Day trader. Now I get it.
There you see it. Yeah, right. I mean,
RNA new highs.
money.
Pros calling it.
all right, RNA continuing going. Not a bad move there today. And what I like about this one is that it's a classic washout to support, then a big run up. A lot of times when you get in these stocks, a lot of people are focusing on what? The 1 minute chart. If you focused on the 1 minute chart out the gates, would you be feeling like this was a positive move? No, probably be running away from this move, right? Well, look what happens after that 14 takedown where it looks really bearish on the 1 minute, but it starts bottoming out really quickly there. You get that kind of curving action off the 1 minute, bottoming action. That's why you want to be using a little bit of deeper time frames, looking for those support tests, right? If you were maybe calling it this is support in the pre-market, the little step up here from the 15-minute could do it towards the low here, or you could leave it on the high there. And so around the 1375 area, it's a good level for pullbacks. Going into that 14, not a bad outlook for it if you were looking for that dip opportunity. What this gives us is an opportunity to risk close towards the support and look for a big move towards the upside. You could have been getting in there, maybe let's say 14, risking off 1375, maybe you've been risking to 1350, 50 cents. But if you're going all the way up for a $2 reward, that's not a bad outlook there when you'll be getting that 4-to-1 return on RNA. And you could see it here. It broke through that 16 and more, kept going, right? And so things like that can definitely give you a nice return. If you're looking to get around that, I would say use deeper time frames.
Yeah, Sydney.
On the one.
Sydney, you are correct. That house, I believe, is in Wilmette. It's either Wilmette or Winnetka. It's one of the northern affluent suburbs that starts with a W. I can't remember exactly which ones, but you're spot on.
All right. Looks like it's
It's Winnetka. It is Winnetka.
No stress. I mean, set your stop. JPM. It's all good. You don't copy me, my friend. If you showed a JPM off of my idea, then maybe you weren't listening to me all day. I said it myself. I was bored. I took a little small trade on that JPM. Did get stop out on this last little push here. I said a stop even. That's how bored I was. I just left it going. We'll see if it was going to get into the favorite. It broke through that 1323, stopped me out right over there. So I'm not going to be too mad about that. It's a very small stop out. Almost didn't even trade today. I mean, when you think about it, what I have, it's not even a trade. So just going to go ahead and call it a nothing day, really. There's not much to go on. So it is what it is. I think we see a 0.25 or 0 rate hike. This is where I think that people are getting it wrong. There's no way there's going to be a 0 rate hike. I would put that almost to 0%. There would be no rate hike on this interest rate meeting. It just doesn't make sense. Now, maybe you could say 0.25. You have an argument there, Ron. But it's 0 rate hike. I don't know what they're seeing.
They're doing 50. Let's face it. They're doing 50. They're not doing 25. Really, the question is going to be going forward. What are they going to do? Do we have another rate hike in what is it, February? And then May?
Mm-hmm.
So what are the rate hikes they're going to be? The 50 here, this is already baked in. This is already baked in. I mean, maybe if I'm wrong today, I'll take that because that's going to give us something totally different. But my gut tells me it's 50 today. And the other thing here is we're not pivoting. Okay. Pivoting would be cutting rates. We're not even close to that. That's not happening in 2023, probably. I'd say earliest 2024, and that's if things go well. Slowing down the amount of the hike or the amplitude of the hike, that's not a pivot. That's a slowdown.
All right. IMMX has tried to make multiple runs to 250. Looks kind of like a cup and handle on the intraday. Depends how you want to kind of draw it up, what time frame you're looking at, but I don't think it's a clean cup and handle. I like cup and handles more on the daily and weekly for kind of consistent profits, but it doesn't look too bad if it can get above here towards the 240s through that 250. We'll see if it gets through. All right. The bots in the chat, and then they try to move the market.
All right. Mitch, I'm going to get rolling here.
All right, my friend. No worries. We'll be wrapping up in just about.
We're able to nail RNA here, so
yeah, definitely
do it. Hopefully, I'll be able to join you guys tomorrow.
We'll see what else is going on. We'll definitely have you back, my friend. We'll see you tomorrow. All right, Ryan's getting out of here. He'll be back like always. Team, hit the thumbs up if you guys are enjoying it. It looks like not much to talk about, but one thing that I would clearly say is that I know that a lot of people in the chat were talking about what happened there with kind of the SEC going after some day trading services and stuff like that. Just goes to show you, and I put it up on my Twitter, a lot of the times, if it seems too good to be true, a lot of the times it probably is. And so always putting the warning out there. There's a lot of people trying to just take your emotions and run with them, right? When we're dealing with financial assets and financial education, what you want to be getting is that education, trying to step up, trying to learn things. That's why you guys see me going to things like the CMT, right? It's an association. I can trust who's behind it, right? Who's teaching me. This is the important part of getting the right education, and why I recommend always take a look at our trading schools. A lot of what we have is verified. That's the important part, right? Verifying results is so important if you're going to be getting education. And if you're not seeing that, well, clearly an example that you could get caught and run over. Like always, if you see it too good to be true, maybe do a little due diligence. You might just find out it is too good to be true. All right, that's going to do it for me. Not going to get into too much talk on that. We're going to be wrapping up here, bringing you guys to the Alt Investment Show. This is a new show that we'll be having today, and where you guys can get alt investments, right? Positioning yourself for success in 2023. You'll get different talks here. You'll get some, we got Farm Together, Elevate Money, Realty. So come take a look at different opportunities, how you can be expanding your growth. Like always, that's our vision here on Benzinga, is to continue growing, whether that be from your wealth, right? Or maybe it's from stock trading. Well, maybe it's another way to get towards that, an alternative investment. Well, stay tuned for that. That's coming up next. In just about 2 or 3 minutes, we'll transition over. All right, we'll take a look at the overall market. Before we get out of here, team, Definitely IMMX trying to make the move up there. Couldn't do it and rejected that move. But let's go to the SPY, see what we see moving right now. Another rejection to get back towards 405. We'll see if that starts turning around. Technology had a good day today. We'll see if that turns on the Fed. Real estate having a good day. Utilities pushing up. Energy really got hit hard here after it was having a good pre-market. XOM got really hit hard here. Oil numbers came in at 10 a.m., really kind of destroying this trade. Apologize for not even covering that. I should have been able to cover those the numbers that hit there. But I'll make sure that I cover that a little bit later today. Like always, teams, keep up with us. We will be having the Fed conference right here on Benzinga, 2 p.m., 2:30 is when that starts. So be there, team. I will go ahead and join in on that, and we'll see what comes out of Fed Chair Jerome Powell today. Apple overall, wanted to take a look how that was doing. It's up there towards 146, got up there, but really no big trends right now. Tesla is still looking weak. Let's take a look at Tesla. New lows on Tesla, and those new lows, you just got to go. We'll see what happens on these stocks. Definitely struggling all around here, and it's not looking good in those. Basic materials that are starting to come back. That's what we want to kind of pay attention to. Where are these? And can any of these kind of get a little bit of a pop today? Copper just got a recent pop. So take a look there. See if SCCO can start actually holding above the trend now and getting another run up. FCX, is that a nice little move? A lot of people have been talking about how copper could have a good year going into next year. FCX holding the 9 EMA pullbacks very well. Could be a nice little day for it now as it's starting to pop up. Went up there to 39.50s. We'll see if it pulls back here closer towards 39.25 and then takes off. Not a bad stock to keep on watch today. Coal stock's not doing that great. Was keeping an eye on BTU. Hasn't made that next move up there towards 30. If anything, rejecting the move back above 29. So we'll have to wait and see if Peabody can get above those highs. Like always, team, it's always great to have you guys out there. BZ Trading, of course. Twinkle Toes in the house. Sydney, Jonathan, of course, Easy Mike, Voodoo in the chat, Shelly. All you guys, appreciate you guys out there working hard. The Crow. Hey, that's what it's all about. We're a team in a community trying to grow together to keep building our skills and understanding the markets. That's what we do here at Benzinga TV, and we're going to continue doing it going into 23. You don't got to go anywhere if you want to learn about markets, up those skills, and of course, get some better understanding. Like always, right now, the SPY still battling and going to stay a little choppy until the Fed meeting. The big question will be for me, do we close above 406? Above 406, I'm in the bullish shoes tomorrow. Below 400, and yes, I'd be looking at that bearish outlook that we could be coming right back through 390s going towards the lows. We'll have to wait and find out. Hit the thumbs up if you guys enjoyed today's stream. Like always, we're going to keep trying to make some new changes to live trading. What do you want to see more or less of? Hit the comments after. We'll definitely go ahead and do so. Maybe it's going into specific strategies, if that's what you want to see. A lot of the times we don't take too much time away from the actual live trading strategies and actually seeing us into the trading action because we don't want to just deter you too much in the noise. So let us know what you want to see more or less so that we can make you happy and keep upping those skills. All right, team, up next, you guys have that alt investment. Don't go anywhere. That's starting up right now. All right, let me just make sure that we got that redirect set. I know I said it earlier. Let's go ahead and send you guys over.